My name is Dr. Kelly Lazar. I'm an assistant professor at Clemson University, and I split my time between the Department of Engineering and Science Education and Environmental Engineering and Earth Science. One of the fields of research that I work in, or started to work in more recently, is microplastics and how microplastics are preserved in environmental records. I do a lot of research in coastal environments, and sand that's being deposited. And so recently I've been looking at the types and amounts of microplastics that are deposited in these sort of coastal areas. I really like studying the planet because I think it's important that we protect the planet. And so I specifically got into microplastics research because I already sort of had the equipment to look at microscopic sand-sized things. There are many different kinds of plastic, and they have different purposes, right? Like different kinds of plastic serve different purposes, and their persistence in the environment is in some way related to their chemistry. And so, like as an example, there are like, I think they're called like primary and secondary plastics. So like primary plastics are things, there are these things called nurdles, and they are the little plastic pellets that are used to make other plastic things. And so they're like sort of the primary plastic piece. And so if those like break open in a river, then you've got these little nurdles sort of floating around and floating downstream. And then you've got things like films or fragments that are sort of different types of plastic that behave differently. And then there's things like fibers. So like polyester fibers, things like that. And so each kind of plastic serves its own purpose and persists in the environment in different ways. You as a consumer have a big say in the types of products that you choose. As an individual, one of the greatest impacts that you can have on a day-to-day basis is the products that you choose. I think there's lots of opportunities though for young scientists to come, and young scientists or young engineers to come and develop new ways of removing this from rivers, from oceans. Another takeaway would be, and it's not necessarily related to plastic specifically, but just generally speaking, if there's something that you're passionate about that you think deserves your attention, and there's change that you want to see, and perhaps in this case in an environmental sense, you have the agency and the power to make a difference. And so go out there and try and understand those problems and think about how you might contribute to some of those solutions.